You can see how all the bushes are starting to thin out as the leaves have dropped. But actually, bizarrely, I'm getting kind of bitten by midges, which in the end of October is not a bit unusual, really. It is warm. It's definitely warmer than last week. So, you know, we've still got this thick fog. I think we're destined for cloud cover all day, but you know, so we may have the fog may persist a bit, but we'll see. It always brightens up in the afternoon here. So I've parked right up down the slipway. Otherwise, I'd be walking all day trying to get to the boat, and because it's shallow here, this is as far as I can get her in today. If I bring her in anymore, there you go. You can hear her just starting to touch the floor. So I'm just going to lift her a little bit. Hopefully she'll just settle there. There's no wind, so she's not going anywhere. We've anchored her in. Okay. Let's go have a look what little projects we've got to do. Let's move the trolley out of the way as well. Gosh, I've never had the van this far down. First thing I'm going to just do is have a little bit of breakfast, to be frank. I just got, instead of cakes, which, if I'm being honest, I've been eating a few too many cakes when I come down here. We've got pineapple and mango today. Again, probably not the best fruit in the world, but a vast improvement. If I don't eat in the morning, I just run out of energy. So I don't normally have breakfast, but if I don't have breakfast when I come down here, I'm just absolutely gutted of energy before the lunch. So breakfast is that's nice, actually, really refreshing. I'm having so much trouble with my GoPros at the moment, and I did a whole little couple of videos on this. I fitted the winch and whatnot back onto here. I mean, there wasn't much to see. It was just me putting this in, bolting it back on, and giving it a little test, and all is well. So I just thought I'd show that again. So this trailer's ready to go. We had a little bit, these were loose as well. Is there some, there's one up there and one missing there. Some funny stuff gone on with the trailers, as I mentioned last week. Actually, there's a few gone already. Yeah, actually it's a lot thinner here than it was last week. But yeah, a few weird things going on. There's only a few things to do today. We're at the end of the season, really. All the projects are going to wait now till the winter or the spring, and really it's about sailing. But there are a few little things I want to do. First thing is these little clips. So let's have a little look. This is live. I haven't even checked these. The idea of these are that they are flexible enough. See if we can get. Let me do it. I need to. Let me just stand the camera down there a little bit. You might be able to see it. There you go. Don't want to damage the wood though. But these should be flexible enough to go on. They're, oh my lord, they're so. Oh, they're barely flexible. There you go. If we do it like that, so they should click on. There you go. So they click on like that. They are adjustable actually. Now, so I've got one of these bungees. I can't find any line close to hand. The idea is you can see these holes on the side there. The idea is you should be able to attach a line. Let's do this one along there, and then it should, the way these are designed, the lift is obstructed by that. So as long as you're pulling in the right way, it shouldn't lift. And look, that works quite well. So if you were to demonstrate this effectively, if you were to pull from here, it would pull the inside. I think you can see it's not as stable. Now, if you pulled from the bottom, then you would probably pull the whole thing out. Now, they're not ideal. I do need some string, really, ideally. Yeah, they won't go all the way round. But the idea is that, you know, you can't pull them out up. So we want the force to be up, or maybe a little bit in. So you could attach your tent to this one, and then they could double up as buoy holders. And then when you finish, well, I mean, you don't need to even be finished with these. You could leave them on. They're also adjustable, as you can see. We can just get them off like that. And I'll use PC plus plastic, which is much stronger, a bit more flexible and water resistant than PLA. But as you can see, the theory of them works. And then what I'm hoping I can do, maybe I have to make the holes a bit bigger and I can hang my fenders from them. So I can then get rid of a lot of these oh God, what they're called? Cleats. It's a bit early in the morning still. So that little cleat up there, maybe get rid of that. That one's not massively useful there, get rid of that. It'll just tidy up that run there. And then just have these two cleats here and here, which are like midship cleats. And I may even put a couple of cleats at the front here as well to help out. But that's the idea. So I think these are a bit of a thumbs up at the moment. If I can print them in the right plastic, then yeah, they could work. I think at the very least I'll make some really good little fender holders, which yeah, will be quite useful. So here's my storage, or stowage, sorry, I should say, and here's the stowage covers, and they're going to go like this. Now they're going to go about here was the idea, something like that, and then up at the top. Now I made a mistake on the measurement of these. I forgot to put the 3 times 2 centimeters on the height, so they would be another 6 centimeters higher, like that. If you wanted to get in, you just have to unclip. You know, you could actually unclip one if you just needed to get something. Unclip that one, or keep the bottoms clipped. You could unclip 2 at the top, or 3 at the top. So it'd be like that. And if you really wanted stuff to handle, it's a really quiet day, you know, you can just tuck them or remove them completely. So that's the idea, is to have these like this. I think they are a success actually. The trick will be making some bigger ones. So we'll measure up how much higher they need to be, and then we can, well, there's only one way to test them, isn't there, is to use them. But those are going to be good, I think. So this is a little bit thinner. The elastic that's on there is a bit thicker, but we just undo this. I think it will still work. I mean, I could swap it. Yeah, I think that works quite nicely actually. Just trying to feel the relative sort of stretchiness of that compared to this. It's a bit stretchier, so I think we'll give this a go. I've got loads of things that I can use this cord for anyway, like, you know, tents and things like that. So yeah, let's leave that now until we're back on land, and we can we can get the cover off. When the boat's on land in the boatyard, we probably won't be using that cover. We'll be using the full boat cover. I'll probably be taking the masts and stuff home with me, and you know, bringing them as needed. Because I want to varnish this mast particularly. You may see from doing all the Spinnaker work, bringing it up and down, it's rubbed quite badly on here, which is a bit annoying, but there we go. Also, there's a bit of blackening on it. It does need a good varnish. In fact, the whole wood rig needs a little bit of a varnish, really. The mizzen mast's okay, actually, but these need a bit of a going over. So this shock cord also can be used for all kinds of things, like, you know, maybe the tent roof, things like that. I'm just having to look at this cleat because you may be able to see it just sticks. So this has just been loosening off. You may have noticed on some of the sailing videos, that the clue of the sail has been really, or the tack of the sail, I think, sorry, has been really baggy at times. So I'm just gonna take this one off and see what's what with it. Oh, saved. And see if we can sort it out. There we go. So you take it off and it's fine. So maybe it's just done up a little bit tight, I don't know. I've just reseated this little piece in here, just make sure that wasn't causing any grief. But interesting that. I don't know why that's... I don't know. Let's just put it back on and see if it's resolved it. That seems to have sorted it. There you go. So you can see they're done up nice and tight. Must have been the way it was seated. So that's a good job done. So one thing I'd like to do is when the spinnaker sheets come back here, is to have better cleats. At the moment, I'll show you on the other side. I'm using these sort of midship cleats, and I put one in here as well. And they're not ideal. What would be ideal is to have these sort of speedy racing cleats. Let's first check if the sheets will go through it though, because they're not so thin, these sheets. Let's have a look that way. So they go through pretty easy enough, but do they grip? Oh yeah, they grip. So the big question now is, where do these cleats, which way around do they go? Because if we're gonna run the sheet all the way back onto pulleys for the symmetric, that's what you do on a symmetric spinnaker. You run them all the way back here, and then on a little block like this, and in fact those blocks would be perfect if we weren't using them, but you run them all the way back and then here. I don't know why you do it that way. I've asked, but I've never had an answer. So that would mean the cleat would need to go that way round, yeah. Or do we just bring them back here and cleat them, and they would go that way round? Now, the reason you might think, well, hang on a minute, it's a symmetric spinnaker. You need the blocks, put them the right way around, and you'll be done. But I want to try and fly the spinnaker as a asymmetric as well. So we'll trial that today using the blocks we've got, and then based on that, we'll work out then what blocks we need. It may be that we have to just put a block on here, or a cleat, sorry, on here that works both ways. I don't know if they exist. So you can sheet it both ways and tie it off, or we have to just stick with what we know. So yeah, but I just thought I'd just throw that thought out there for now. If anyone can help me on that, I'd be really grateful. You know, why do you sheet the spinnaker sheets all the way back, put them onto blocks, and then bring them forward? Why is that? Do you need to do that? And is sheeting them directly to a cleat here okay, or is that a big no-no? Any help on that, I'd be really grateful.